We all want to raise kids who are smart and informed about the world around us. We want them to be knowledgeable about the people and places that aren't just in our own area, but in the world at large. And for our family, CNN10 is one of the tools we use to help them. We have used CNN10 at various points in our homeschool career, but it wasn't until this year that it became a best of the school year. It has been my boys' favorite way to start the day. If I tried to skip day, which I did originally in the beginning of the year, I only scheduled it for 2 days a week, it quickly became but we want to watch CNN10. So, almost every day begins with CNN10. Each episode is, of course, 10 minutes long and is out, I believe, by 5 a.m. every day on YouTube and on the CNN10 page. There are usually 2 or 3 big stories, and then they have little filler ones. So they have CNN Hero, so highlighting a person who's done something remarkable, or they have a 1-minute little segment towards the end of, I think, every episode, right before he does his closing, his punny closing. And that short little segment is just some oddball type story, usually. Something funny, that kind of thing. On Fridays, they do a weekly wrap-up, so they show images and videos of the week in the news, and they're absolutely beautiful. That's probably it's definitely my favorite part of the week. It's favorite segment. It's one of my boys' favorite segments as well. We love that. If you don't want to do videos, there are transcripts included. You can sign up for the daily teacher email and you'll get advance notice of what stories are going to be in that day's segments. There are also quizzes every Friday, supposedly. I know in the past there have been, and I found them on their website, but today when I went looking, I couldn't find it. So I don't know if they've changed it to include that in the daily emails. I'm not sure. We don't choose to do anything else with it other than watching it and then discussing it. And some days we discuss more, some days it's just a quick, tell me something you learned, or someplace they visited, that kind of thing. Other times we dig more into it and relate it to historical events we may know about in another country, or other news stories that we've heard of that place, whatever. They do a really good job, I think, of presenting the material in a way that is engaging, but without losing the focus of the importance of the event, but also not dumbing it down. Now, this is geared for middle school and high school kiddos, but my youngest is 10, and he absolutely loved it. So it's not inappropriate for younger kids at all. It's just not in their language. It's not geared for them. Speaking of which, stories that are contain violence and such, they do a really good job of not putting disturbing images on. I've never noticed anything that I would think, oh, that's probably not great. But keep in mind that it is geared for middle school and high school kids. So what's appropriate for their level is obviously different than what you might expose a 5 or 6-year-old to. So do keep that in mind if you're watching it as a family. Next week, I'll be showcasing another news source that is the best of our school year. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. And I will see you in the next video.